Let's talk about that deep-seated feeling you get every time you're about to do something new. That feeling makes you want to crawl in a corner and hide from everyone and everything. It's so overwhelming that it becomes literally paralyzing. Paralyzing to the point that you can't move, you can't think, or talk. Matter of fact, you can't do anything at all. That feeling that everyone gets at least once or twice in their life is fear. That's right, I said it, people, fear. Everyone deals with fear. And it depends on not only how you deal with fear, but how you can overcome the fear. So today we're going to talk about being fearless and start a business. That's right, be fearless and start a business. So picture it. It was 2006, and I decided to start my first business, which was a record label. And I was terrified. I was excited, but a little bit terrified too. I knew how to direct a choir. I knew how to sing very well. I had wonderful stage presence from what I was told. And I knew how to lead a praise and worship team. I knew how to write music and produce music. I knew all these things. So I decided to leave my corporate job and start a record label in 2006. The thing is, I had no earthly idea what I was doing. There was no mentor, no consultant, no coach, or anything like that. I was totally out there by myself, not having a clear definition of what I was supposed to do. So it was kind of like this. It was kind of like taking a boat out to the middle of the ocean and then telling the captain to let me jump off here in the middle of the ocean. And then, Captain, you drive back to land. Just leave me here. I'll be just fine. It was kind of like that. Very paralyzing. I didn't have a direction. I didn't know where I was going, where I wanted to take the business. I was totally scared. I was totally, fearful. And at the time, YouTube wasn't really a big thing. I mean, it was big to a lot of people, but it wasn't like it is now where you can Google something or you can go on YouTube and you can find people or see how they overcame their obstacles and different things like that. It wasn't like that. So I didn't have those tools that we have today. So all I knew was music. I knew how to write. I actually created a EP that had about 3.5 songs on it. And the reason why I say a half, because it had like a little snippet of a song at the end, but it had 3.5 songs on it. It did very well. It won an award for one of the songs on there, and people loved it. Matter of fact, still to this day, people are asking me, what are you going to do? Are you going to do something new? Are you going to do some more music? But it was really good. But I did not know about marketing. I didn't know about branding at the time. I didn't know about all these different things. And like I said, we didn't have all these streaming sites where you could go on and upload your music and have people find you there. Like, it wasn't so vast like it is now. And I'm telling you that I was completely nervous. And because of the fear that I allowed myself to be in, I did not open myself to other possibilities and realize other opportunities that I had. I could have wrote music for TV and plays and movies. I could have also wrote music for other artists, even bigger artists, or either develop other indie artists, for a fee, of course, but develop them. There were so many avenues that I could have done, but I allowed fear to kind of keep me bubbled in or capsuled in and away from the world, away from all these great possibilities. And, it was really sad because I understand not knowing things, but I do also understand how we can allow fear to immobilize us and keep us from doing these phenomenal things that are on the inside of us, or we're scared about what people might think or how we might look, or messing up. But guess what? Everybody struggles with fear. Some point in their life, Everybody struggles with fear, but we have to make the decision that we are not going to allow fear to make us its punk. We're going to make fear our punk, okay? We are going to push past fear, and I am going to dive into how to be fearless and to start a business. Now, if you're listening to this, clearly you possibly have an idea in your head that there is something that you want to do. There is something that you have to offer people that can help solve their problem. Or whether you're an entertainer or an artist, you have something that people want to see or want to experience, and nobody else can do it like you. So here are some steps to help you build and help you start be fearless and start a business. So number one, we have to take care of this first. Number one, punch fear in the face. Yes, I know I sound gangster. Punch fear in the face. If you keep hanging around with fear and letting it tell you what you can and cannot do, you will never succeed. Trust me, you will never succeed. I spent so many years being fearful. Oh, I'm scared. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And guess what? After I started that business, after I did that EP and the sales did really well, and then they started dwindling down, I wrote music throughout the years, but I allowed fear to keep me from putting that music out because I don't know how people are going to receive it. I don't know how they're going to take it. I'm nervous, and oh gosh, maybe I'm not as good. These other people might be better than me, and I don't want to put it out. I don't want to look like a fool. Fear will tell you all types of lies that you just don't need to believe. So number one, you have to punch fear in the face. Okay. You have to move past it. Move past that fear, whatever that is that is holding you back. Move past it and just do that thing. Do that thing that you're scared of. I'm telling you, do that thing that you're scared of. And when you do that thing that you're scared of and you get past that fear about that particular thing, you're going to pretty much say to yourself, really, that really wasn't that bad. Like, I thought it was scarier than what it actually is. You have to move past that. It's like going through a haunted house. You're terrified. You're like, oh my God, this is so scary. This is creepy. But we have to realize that it's not as serious as what it is. Just like a haunted house, these are people dressed up in the image of things that are fearful or the image of things that can hurt or harm us. But guess what? You get to the end of the haunted house. You come out and you're like, oh, well, it was scary, but it really wasn't as bad as I thought. That's what you have to do in life. When you're starting this business, you have to be fearless, not fearful. You have to be fearless. You have to punch fear in the face and tell fear that I'm just doing it. Whatever you're scared of, you have to just push through and do it. Number two, kill perfectionism. Perfectionism can destroy you. And take it from somebody that knows fear and perfectionism like they're buddies of mine, like childhood friends that I grew up with. Perfectionism will kill you. It will destroy you because we all want things to be perfect, of course. We all, we want, when we're putting out something, we want it to be in the best, excellent way or executed perfectly, as perfect as possible. But here's the thing. You have to kill it because when you are moving and everything that you're doing is in perfectionism, guess what happens? One of two things will happen. One, you might mess up something that's already good. Okay? It might already be great, but you mess it up by either continuing to add to it or either you'll start taking too much away from it. And then so you mess it up. Sometimes it's things in its simplicity, in its simplest form, that is the most beautiful thing that you will ever see or hear or experience. It's the simplest things. Stop allowing your perfectionism to keep you from putting it out, getting it out there. Another thing that perfectionism can do, if you keep trying to make it perfect and you get caught up into that loop or that cycle that I got to fix this, it's not ready, I got to fix this, then guess what? You'll never put it out because in your head, it's never going to be right. It's never going to be perfect. And so what happens there? You don't allow this wonderful thing on the inside of you to be exposed to the world. you're messing up. You messing up because perfectionism has told you it's not perfect. It's not perfect. They're going to laugh at you, or you're going to look like an idiot. Oh, you're a fool. It's not perfect. Look at these people. Theirs are perfect. But you know what? You cannot allow perfectionism to rob you of putting out that fantastic idea, that fantastic song, that fantastic design. You cannot let it rob you from putting out this phenomenal thing that the world needs to see or experience or have. You cannot allow it to keep you from putting it out. Guess what? If it has flaws, put it out. Now, it shouldn't be so flawless, especially if you are building something like a product that people are going to use. You want to make sure that it's operating and functional perfectly. But guess what? All the greats that we see, we can look at the major people. Like, let's look at Apple, for example. Apple, they didn't make their first phone was not perfect. It just wasn't perfect. But guess what? They kept doing it. So every series that would come out of their phones, it would be better than the last. Then the next one, better than the last. Then the next one, better than the last. Can you imagine if they waited around to have the perfect phone? Then nobody would know what Apple is or an iPhone is. No one would know what an iPhone is. So you cannot wait around for things to be perfect. If it's good enough, put it out there. Now, I'm not saying just put out trash and just be like, oh, well, this will do. No, you want it to be good and in excellence, but you don't want to be such in a state of perfectionism or a mind of perfectionism that you're not releasing it at all because you're thinking it's never good enough. Put it out there, because once you put it out there, you will get feedback. Then that way, when you do your next series or your next level or whatever it does, when you come out, then you change it. You know what I mean? You change it, you revise it, and then it'll be better the next time. Then that way you get real life feedback on what you need to fix. But don't allow perfectionism to kill your vision. You kill perfectionism and just get it out there. Now, number 3, be bold and loud. Yes, be bold and loud. Stop being a secret entrepreneur or freelancer. Stop it. I want you to stop it right now. Do you hear me? Stop it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. I know how this feels. When I started my design company, Zeely Creative, I was a secret entrepreneur to the people that knew me. Now, before I got on these other sites, because, I found other sites that were for freelancers where you could sell your services. But before I got on there, nobody knew that I did graphic design. Nobody knew that I was getting into branding. Nobody knew that stuff. It was kind of like a secret because I was scared of what people would think. Then, see, right there, I didn't punch fear in the face. So then fear followed me all the way down to step 3 when I'm supposed to be bold and loud. I was quiet and meek. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are bold and loud, because now you've already punched fear in the face. You've already killed perfectionism. Be bold and loud. Let people know that you are there and that you have something to offer. Let them know this. You don't want to take away anything from yourself by being quiet about what it is that you do. Any business that survives, or any business that has a following, you have got to know that there is a reason that they're bold and loud. They have to be bold and loud because you wouldn't have clients. People wouldn't know what you're doing. You have to be bold and loud. So be bold and loud. Get out there. Okay? Get out there. And you know what? If you feel like you need help more with turning that dream or that vision that you have into a real business, I'll put a link in the description below that will tell you how to turn that dream into a real business. So check out that link below. But another thing, let's go to step 4. This is our final step of the day. Sell it like you're a kingpin. Or a queen pin. Okay, I don't know if there's such a thing, but we're going to say that. Sell it like you're a king pin or a queen pin. Okay, now is when you own it. Own your stuff. You don't allow all that whatever happened in the past, all the past mistakes that you've made as far as concerning business, all your failures, all these different things. You don't let that rob you of owning it. And I don't mean just own your product, own your service, own the digital product. I don't mean just own that. I'm saying you own who you are. You are a business owner, okay? You are a freelancer. You are an entrepreneur. You own that. Okay, let them know that you have an expertise that can help them with whatever that problem is that you're solving. Let them know that you're there to help them, that you own that spot, that you own that particular title. Let them know that, because you are the best solution for the problem. That's how you have to show yourself. That's how you have to be. I am the best solution for your problem. And you have to feel that energy on the inside of you. And I mean, not only FEEL feel, but you have to fill it up. FILL. Fill that energy up inside of you, that you own it, that you're responsible for something great that you're going to help them with. This is not the time to doubt yourself at all. You have to be strong. You have to get into the mind state that you are the owner, that you are the entrepreneur, that you are the authority on whatever it is that you're selling. Don't doubt yourself. This is not the time. You put your chin up. Look them dead in the eye, with a smile, of course, and let them see the power that has always been there. The power that you always tried to hide from people, the power that you always tried to dummy down because you didn't want to offend nobody, or you didn't want no one judging you on certain things. But you own that. You own that. Now is your opportunity. We went through step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, number 1 was punching fear in the face. Number 2 was killing perfectionism. Number 3, be bold and loud. And number 4, sell it like you're a kingpin or a queen pin. So now that you have these steps, guess what? Now is your opportunity to do something amazing that I know is inside of you. Do something amazing that most don't even have the courage to do. You are on the brink of something extraordinary. Trust me, I've been there. I allowed years and years of my life to be stolen because I was fearful, because I was scared, because even though I have a bold personality, I was being quiet and I was being meek about what it is that I was doing. I was trying to perfect things because I was scared about how people felt or how people were going to receive it or feel about it. But guess what? I had to get over that. I had to punch the fear in the face. I had to kill the perfectionism. And like this post here, this podcast here, you're going to hear some mistakes. But guess what? I'm not editing it. I'm not going to do that, because nothing in life is perfect. Okay, nothing in life is perfect, and that's okay. That's okay. People love realism. Okay, they'll take that over perfectionist, because when you're trying to be perfect, then you're not being your real self. You're not being your true self. So guess what? You are on the brink right now of something extraordinary, because you are making a conscious decision to take action. Did you hear what I said? Right now is the time to make a conscious decision to take action, because you are something powerful that people need to see. They need to hear. They need to read about. They need to see your work. They need to see your product. They need to experience your services. People are waiting on you. Okay, you don't need to wait on anybody else. All this good stuff is on the inside of you. And this is your way to being fearless and starting that business that you've always dreamed about. You're not less than anyone else. The only difference between people that don't do it and people that are great at it is because the people that are great at it, they did it. And did they fail? Yes, they failed over and over. And that's okay, because guess what? They use those failures. They use those fears and they use all that stuff to catapult them into something great. So now you're on the brink of something extraordinary, because right now I want you to make the conscious decision to take action. Okay? You got this. Get moving right now. Like get up. and if you're sitting down, I need you to get up. Get moving. Get your pencil, your pen, and your paper. If you got to write it down, the plan, whatever it is, get moving now. So I am so glad that you joined me for this podcast. Be fearless and start business. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, give a thumbs up, and also sign up and join the list so that you can be reminded every time we're doing something new. Every time Zeely Creative is giving you some good information and putting it out there, we want you to be a part. So like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram under Zeely Creative, Zeely Creative. That's Zeely Creative. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get updates and give us a thumbs up. Have a good one and get moving. Get started today.